The next part of our lecture will be about the different types of horses. Horses are considered to be the largest equine animals in terms of size and number. They can be grouped into three types based on their weight, their body build, and their height. These are the ponies, the light horses, and the draft horses or the heavy horses. So horses are used for several purposes. Many breeds of horses have been developed to meet specific needs. And for example of this is the thoroughbred. Thoroughbred is a popular breed of the horse which are primarily used as race horses. So one of the parameters that can be used to differentiate the type of the horses is the height. So for taking the height of the horse, this is taken from the ground to the highest point of the withers, and this is measured in hands and inches. So one hand is equivalent to 4 inches or 10.2 centimeters. And the height of the horse can be expressed as hands high or HH. So how are you going to measure the height of the horse? So you can use a horse measuring stick or tape, or you can use a standard measuring tape, and you can convert the measurement into hands. So a horse's height is measured from the ground to the withers. Of course, when we say withers, that is the tallest point of the body that is used to measure the height. And of course, you can express your data in centimeters or inches and convert that into hands height or double H. So for example, your measurement is 40 inches. You just convert it into hands high by dividing it with 4, and you have here your the height of your horse in hands high. So again, the different types of the horse according to the height, the build, and the size are the pony, the light horse, and the heavy horse or the draft horse. So starting with the pony, when we are going to describe the physical characteristics of the pony, it is considered to be, of course, small. In terms of the height, it is about 14.2 hands or 148 centimeters. It is stocky, round body. It is a round body. It is, in terms of the neck, the neck is thick and wide. It has a wider chest. In terms of the head is short. It has a large eyes and relatively small ears. In terms of the legs are proportionally short compared to the body. To describe the hoof of the ponies, so the hoofs are relatively strong. In terms of the body hair, particularly with the mane, this part here is the mane, and we have also here the tail. So they have a heavy body hair with a thick mane and also a thick tail. In terms of their general appearance, they have a very strong for their size. They have a short, choppy stride, intelligent, and usually have a stubborn temperament. In terms of their utility, so they are used mainly for fun activities, for games, and on hobby farms. You should also be able to differentiate between a pony and a miniature horse. So they both of these are small horses, but they can be differentiated. One of that is through their height. The ponies can fall anywhere under 14.2 hands or 57 inches in height, whereas the miniature horses cannot be taller than 34 inches at the wither. So the miniature horses are generally smaller compared to that of the ponies. Another point of comparison between a miniature horse and a pony is in terms of their utility. Ponies were more suited to labor. They have a hardy constitution and sturdy build. They are still used on farms and ranches today. So aside from being used as for fun games, ponies are also suited for labor because of their hardy constitution. So often ponies are also used to teach children or beginners how to ride and care for horses. So when we are going to compare, the utility of the miniature horses to that of the pony, so miniature horses are more delicate and are now bred to be companion or therapy animals. They are not generally used for riding as they can become injured easily. So this is largely due to their much smaller stature, which makes it difficult for them to defend themselves from predators. So because of this, because of their being delicate, being smaller, they are generally kept indoors and are often regarded as more of a household pet than a livestock. Another type of the horse, now based on the height, the build, and the size, is the light horse. In terms of its height, of course, it has a medium height. No, a medium height that ranges from 14.2 to 17.2 hands. In terms of its weight, it has a weight of about 900 to 1,400 pounds or 400 to 640 kilograms. In terms of its neck, so it has a long and flexible neck to keep them well balanced when running and maneuvering. In terms of its shoulders, so it has a sloped shoulders, creating smooth movement that give a comfortable ride. So in terms of the utility of the light horse, they are usually used in riding, driving, and racing. When we are going to describe the back of the light horse, so in terms of its back, the back is not too broad with clearly defined withers to allow the saddle to be easily fitted during riding. In terms of its legs, the legs are considered to be long and thin, and of course, this is designed for speed. The last classification of the horse based on its height, build, and size is the heavy horse. The heavy horse is also known as the draft horse, DRAFT. So this horse is tall, usually standing between 16 and 19 hands. It is heavy, typically 1,400 to 2,000 pounds or 640 to 910 kilograms. It is strong with heavily muscled loin. So this part here is the loin area and the hindquarters. And it has a heavy bone structure ideal for heavy work. Now, that is why it is also known as the draft horse. In terms of its back, so it has a broad, short back with rounded withers. For its shoulders, so the shoulders are described to be upright, which creates a short upright movement with maximum traction for pulling. In terms of its legs, so the legs are relatively short and sturdy, giving better leverage when pulling. So again, this I mainly use now for as a draft. In terms of its hair, in terms of the length of its hair, so the feathering are of course longer compared to the other types of the horse. So it has a longer mane, a longer hair on the tail, and it also has this presence of a long hair or feathering on the lower legs. It is of course not present in the other types of the horses. It is mainly used for work.